I'm putting pressure on us closing it out. So.
This is obviously a privilege for me to be coaching in the town I grew up in, at the university I graduated from, and with the group of guys that we have and the way we're operating as a team and we're recruiting and things like that, we've got a great opportunity here to build a national powerhouse, and we got the resources here to do it.
It was a long process trying to make sure he was our head coach. Super excited and definitely relieved because it would have been tough starting over.
That was just the first really feeling I think we all had. Someone that knows the program, has been at the program for a few years before that, and we all loved and wants the best for the program.
I was a student athlete from 2011 to 2015. I was a local kid, so I grew up really looking up to the Spartan student athletes and, going to football games, basketball games, hockey games, stuff like that, tennis matches. When I had the opportunity to play here, it was definitely a blessing, and, I was very grateful for that opportunity. To say that I earned it with my on-court performance was stretched by any means. I got good grades and I worked hard, so I was a walk-on and worked my way into the lineup after my sophomore year and eventually became an All-American. Along the way, experienced a lot of growth through the culture and the family here at Spartan Athletics, and I always look back at my journey, and I think the people here really helped me, and really looking to give that same type of journey into professional and personal and athletic and academic development to the players that we currently have on our team. My new assistant, his name is Mike Flowers. He's blue collar. He doesn't sugarcoat anything with the guys. He pushes them. I think one of the big things that he does is he challenges you in everything we do. He wants what's best for the guys. They set their eyes on something in terms of a goal. He's going to make sure that their actions and their beliefs fall in line with that goal that they have.
Stepping into this role as assistant coach, I couldn't ask for a better leader of the program, and I couldn't ask for better leaders of the team. Working with Harry's great. I feel like we're on the same page and we complement each other very well. My strengths and weaknesses, his strengths and weaknesses, it gels really well together and it works. I think it comes off that way to the players as well.
All right, let's bring it in.
I don't think I could have come into a better situation with the senior leadership that we have. The guys are willing to put in the work, and they know it's hard work, right, where we want to get to, and they don't shy away from it.
Mike is one of the best coaches I've ever had, and he works as harder than I've been worked in the years that I've been here. We've always worked very hard, but he pushes us even more than we thought we could, and I'm super excited about the program with him as our assistant coach.
For me, at least, he just gives me a lot of confidence.
Okay? So don't overthink any of that stuff.
You could tell he cares about the program. Obviously, we have played here. Just giving us that little extra push and extra oomph to get a little more success into the program.
Just me being an assistant coach here for 4 years, it's definitely shaped a lot of the way I view our program and the way I want to run our program.
Be free in our return games. Take chances. Go for it.
Wait, good stuff. Hey, we won that match because of you. If you don't turn your match around, we don't win that match. All right, good stuff. Proud of you. Next point, let's make them earn it. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Lock in.
This first go around of the Sun as the head coach is going to be a lot of mistakes made by myself and a lot of learning opportunities. So just really excited, and I know the guys are all on board and they're excited about the opportunity. Me being the youngest head coach in the Power 5 conferences in tennis is something that they can relate to, and I think they're really energized about the fact that they're being coached by a young guy with a lot of energy and a guy with the chip on his shoulder with a lot to prove.
After 5 years, I've seen him also as a friend. I come to him with anything off the court that I need, and in terms of doing stuff off court that the team loves to do, he is at a great age for us, so he's able to be like, hey, let's do this, and we all think it's fun.
Definitely relate to him a lot easier. It helps that he's a lot younger. Just drills on court, we know what he's done over there and how good he was, and you can still feel it when he plays into drills. He's still got it. He still shows us up now and then. Easy to listen to him and know that this is the right thing to do at this time, just because of him going through it, especially here, and having the similarity there, but also someone at that caliber telling you things is pretty easy to listen to.
I think there's a big opportunity here. I look around at what obviously Coach Izzo's done with the basketball team. You look at what Coach Hostler did with the soccer team. And I just really, really believe that we should be, not that we could be, we should be competing for titles here at Michigan State. And we should be competing for Big Ten titles, national titles, all of the above. I believe in this program, I believe in this university, and we're gonna bust our butts and compete in everything we do to make that a reality.
Welcome to the Jennison Fieldhouse in East Lansing, Michigan, home to last year's Cinderella story, the number 14 team in the country, the Michigan State Spartans, who welcome in the perennial power that is your reigning Big Ten champions, and number 3 in the country, the Michigan Wolverines.
We have Michigan State, who were spectacular last year, breaking records left and right, and Michigan has always been top-notch, but the last few years it's been pretty special.
Michigan State will start on the vault where they're 7th in the country.
Yeah, there you go. That's a stuck landing. Michigan State has looked great. Nikki Smith can really fly high here. That is a 10.0 start value ball. That is one of the best ones I've ever seen her do.
There's that 49-4 season best.
Let's see if she can get the stick. There we go. Yeah, there it is. That's what Micro is looking for, and that is huge for her confidence on the uneven course. And a double layout to a stuck landing. That was a jam-packed bar routine. So far, so good for the fabulous freshman. Yeah, my gosh. If my math is correct, that's 4 stuck landings so far. Check out this release move. Beautiful. Michigan State really needed that routine. Remember, we had the fall. Delaney Harkness just erased that from their bar team total.
Michigan State will move to the beam where they are 16th in the country. Michigan will move to the floor where they are again the best.
Wow. What a phenomenal leadoff performance. Nice job on that routine. She got the stick. The team loves it. That's 6 for 6 hits. This is a very talented Michigan State floor team, and if they can do what we've seen them do so far this season, they can score big.
Go for what would be an upset.
Love the different styles of Michigan State's floor rotation. Team is thrilled.
Michigan State leading heading into this final 6th spot.
Skyla Schulte, man, I will never get over watching her.
You have to go way, way back. The last time Michigan State knocked off Michigan in women's gymnastics was February 3rd, 2007. Mike Rowe and the Michigan State Spartans, no longer a Cinderella story. They are here to contend.
Plastic freezer bags, a small clutch bag, camera.
I pride myself in my defense, and defense creates offense. I have always believed that. My mom always tells me that. She's like, okay, work on your defense and the offense will come.
Here comes Joyner in transition. She's going to take it herself. High off the glass. Are you kidding me? It found its way to fall through. And one Mo Joyner.
I've been that gritty, tough, hardworking, like the other team's gonna be mad if they see me on the court type of player. And I will always stay true to that. Saginaw is a really special place, and it's kind of part of the reason why I'm at Michigan State is just because of some of the people that I either grew up with or looked up to. Those people being like Jason Richardson, who played here. His daughter played on my travel team and my high school team. And then there's Tori Jankowska, who I knew since I was little and would follow her around.
There is such a great connection between that area and Michigan State. Mo was coming up, she got to see Tori play, and I think she kind of grew up watching her. And then, you can go back to really great days at Saginaw High, too, on the women's side with Kaya Jones, Annette Babers. I mean, there's just a really strong connection to their success in Saginaw girls basketball.
I think she really learned how to be tough growing up in the gym. There were nights where she would go to like 3 practices in a night. She'd be on the sidelines eating her Subway sandwich and trying to do her homework and then hurry up and try to jump in the next drill. When she would go to those practices, my husband always made us do sprints at the end. And the challenge was, if Mo beats you, you're gonna run extra sprints. And Mo took that to heart, and Mo would always beat 2, 3 of the boys. She really had to show that she wanted to compete from a really young age and took pride in being able to compete.
I decided to come to MSU because I grew up here. Ever since I was little, I would come to tournaments here. I would come to the state championship tournaments. I would come to travel tournaments, not just for me, but like my siblings. And I just grew up loving the atmosphere here and loving the players that came here. One of my goals was to play here for a state championship one day. I won 2 state championships. Ironically enough, the 2 years I won, they moved it to Calvin College. So I never got to actually play in Breslin, but then I ended up coming here. So I got to play here, obviously, for 4 years. My sophomore year, we went to the NCAA tournament in San Antonio, and at the end of the first game against Iowa State, I took a charge and hit my head, fell back, and it was pretty much wrapped from then.
And Iowa State will go to the line, and Mo Joyner is hurt. Tough defense inside. Jones got it to go, and Joyner hit her head as she fell down. She landed on her back, her head whipped back down on the ground, and she is in pain underneath the Iowa State basket.
Imagine your brain like literally being on fire. I'd be so emotional, like I couldn't stop crying. I would be really out of it. It would just be really frustrating to like know that it's happening, but I can't do anything. Having an injury like a concussion is hard mentally. And I say that because with a concussion, I had to learn to really take it seriously. I couldn't just walk it off. That was just always the toughest part for me, is because I really had no control over it. And I probably pushed myself too hard sometimes, and I really had to learn to be patient and like know that everything happens for a reason.
This last year was a real challenge for her mentally and emotionally. When you're an athlete, your whole world revolves around your sport. And when you can't do it, it's like you lose a piece of yourself. You lose some of your identity a little bit. And so that was a real struggle. And then just not knowing what the outcome was going to be. Was she going to be well enough to play or not? With a concussion, you don't know what's going to happen. And it just takes time. And she was patient, but she worked her butt off to come back. She went above and beyond to try to get things together and be able to play her senior year. She wanted to wear that uniform and just represent MSU.
It's always been my mindset to never quit. That's really all to do with like how I grew up. My mom and dad would never let me quit anything. I knew I wasn't done yet. Like I hadn't had a full year where I was like completely healthy. I know I have a lot to like offer, and I want to help the team. I wasn't gonna let that be my last year.
Joyner trying to get things started right away off the bench with a floater off the middle of the glass and through. Shramick, top of the key. Looking for post Bishalova, but Joyner gets the offhand steal, and the Spartans bring it the other way. I know it's her senior season, and you always step up in those senior years, it feels like, but what a time it is for Mo Joyner.
Yeah, it's like you're kind of at that point in your career, you got nothing to lose. You give it everything you have every single game. You have to come in confident. You have no other choice but to do so.
Down the floor, it's Mo Joyner's turn for a triple. She swishes it right here. A big-time shot by Mo.
When I look at Mo, I tell her this all the time. I think she's our most valuable player because of her ability to play 1 through 4 positions. I mean, I've played her at the point and I've started her at the 4. She's really not either one of those, but she's willing to do whatever it takes. I think her ability just to give every ounce of energy that she has to every possession is really something that I admire about her. I think her teammates admire about her, and she plays the game the right way.
There's just been like times this season where I just feel myself, I have a great game, and a year ago, like this was not even a possibility. 4 months ago, it might not have even been a possibility for me to be on the court and doing what I'm doing.
It's been a huge relief to know that she can actually play and live out her dream. This has been her dream since she was a little girl. But you know, the thing that I'm most proud about Mo is the fact that she's really become a good teammate. From day one, my best moments were watching her celebrate for her teammates. When she gets off the bench and she's jumping up and down, or she's giving somebody a high five or running on the court for a hug. There's so much more to basketball than basketball. And I'm just really proud of the player she's become, the teammate she's become, and the person that she's become.
I've always been a tough player, but just the challenges that I've had to face here has been really rewarding for like myself personally. The other thing I'm proud of is just really appreciating where I came from and sticking true to how I was raised and my family roots.
Whenever I think about Mo, you know, even in the recruiting process, I was really there to watch someone else, and I just kept watching this kid, and I'm like, she's a winner. She just is got that toughness, that grit, and whatever her team needed, she seemed to do. She's strong, she's athletic. Mo kind of exemplifies everything that's right about Saginaw.
Being from Saginaw, I don't know how to describe it, but like it's a pride. Like you just know if you're from Saginaw. We're just hard workers. If you think about any players that have come here that are from Saginaw, they're just gritty, hardworking, gonna get it done players. That's just the type of player I am, and I want to be like remembered to be that type of leader.
We got to start building on this. We got to start becoming the toughest team. All right, we really competed against Rutgers. That was a war, even though they were really tough. We got to go up there and be tougher today. Warm up good. Let's have a great warm up.
Tonight, it's Iowa, it's East Lansing, it's the Breslin Center, and it's a game you really think you need to win.
Yeah, you really do, because that window of opportunity, the length of the schedule is getting shorter and shorter. And Michigan State after this one, yeah, you don't want to look too far ahead, but it's a couple of road games that aren't going to be easy. So one game at a time, you got to take care of this one. Is it a must win? I think at the end of the day, it kind of is.
So Iowa taking a 10-0 lead. Here's a high screen. Walker takes a 3.
Out front, Malik. 5 in the shot clock. Malik spinning, jump shot, good! Oh man, what a rebound and slam on the follow by Monty Sissoko.
And Michigan State dominating the offensive boards. That's 4 for the state, only 1 for Iowa.
Walker.
He's had a great first half. Give and go going down in the lane is Ulis. His layup was blocked. MSU's got it. We're on the run. Oh! Michigan State 24, Iowa 23.
Iowa flinching right now. Keeps it alive. The kick, Akins. Jay Nakins. Michigan State right in the Hawkeyes' hip pocket. 45-39, all on the crossover. Squeeze that one into the basket.
49-48, Hawkeyes by 1. Here comes Hauser. He's got a 3 at the top of the key.
Grimshaw, nice rebound. Recall up top. Hogarth. Bang. A.J. Hogarth. Michigan State top, but Euless with the answer.
Right back at you.
Every basket now. Hard to come by. Walker finds Akins.
He's looking. Cross-court pass Murray. Out front now for a three-ball in the wind. No good by Sanford. Rebound Iowa. He'll try it again. He missed again. And that's it, folks. They got two good looks. They missed both of them. And MSU hangs on to win it. The final score, Michigan State 63, Iowa 61. What a classic here tonight in East Lansing.
That was a tired one.
Hey, family on three. 1, 2, 3. Good job, guys.